So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze. It's me again, Barrister Neze, and this is Nezreal. Our first story today is about the couple who are about to end their marriage because of Japa study issues. If you're not Nigerian, Japa means relocating abroad. When I first heard this story, I was thinking that it was one of these fictional relationship issues. Uncle Paul, help me advise Uncle Paul, that all these bloggers used to cook up and post by themselves, joru to joru. So I had no idea that it was real life, so I just faced my front. Listen to how the story played out.
When people tell you to marry an intelligent wife, don't think they are capping, because if I had known what I know now, I would have probably married my ex. All the way from Nigeria, I trained my wife from her year 1 to her final year. I was solely responsible for her education. I paid her tuition fee from year 1 to final year. There were some times she would call me that she had some issues with her courses and she would request for more money. I never saw it as an issue. I would always give her money. I never knew she was using it to sort lecturers out. After her graduation, we decided to get married, and from there, decided to look for a better future for the both of us. We chose to move to the United Kingdom, and when we were talking about how to relocate, I asked her if she wanted to be the student because I wanted us to come through the study route. She refused and told me she didn't want to be a student as she was tired of reading, and I had to encourage her, telling her that at the end of the day, I would need to work extra time and she would not be able to work as hard as a man would work, so I need to be the dependent and not be the student. I was able to convince her and she grudgingly accepted. We moved over to the UK, and that was when I discovered that my wife was dumber than dumb. If there was a word better for dumb, that was her. My wife did not understand one thing they were teaching, and sadly, she could not sort her way through here. I was just missing my ex because my ex was on her way to graduate with the first class as at when we broke up.
So this man in question was in a relationship, a serious relationship with a lady that he has described as very brilliant, first class material, and somehow they broke up. I don't know why they broke up, but they broke up and he ended up marrying his wife. So somehow in the course of the marriage, they had agreed that relocating was in the best interest of their family. And then the man told the woman that she would be the one to school while he does the working. And that they got there after all was said and done, after selling his properties, paying school fees, working multiple jobs to sustain them in the UK, this lady could not pass. She failed, so they lost their status to remain in the UK and they had to come back to Nigeria. And this man was so angered, so upset that his wife is dumber than dumb, that he wished he married his ex-girlfriend. What kind of woman is this? What kind of coconut head is this? Dumber than dumb. I never heard that one before. And when I heard this story, I was like, wait first. Don't put the horse before the cart, Jeregodi. Even if this is true, what is this story doing on social media? What is wrong with our generation? Any little issue, any little disagreement, it will find its way to social media. This issue is not a type that cannot be solved internally now. Why bring this issue to report your wife to social media? So as I was grappling with this information, trying to make sense around it, this man's wife has now come out to state her own side of the story. Let us listen.
Thank you for giving me your number. See, let me tell you. I told my husband that I don't want to go to school again because I know what I suffered the last time. I don't want to go to school again. But he was like, no, let's go to the UK, let's go to the UK. I told him, let me get something doing here in Nigeria. Open me a business. I want to do a business. I know that my head is not strong for book, but I can do business because I know I'm very street smart. I can do business. That he should help me open something. But because everybody is going to UK, he said he wants to go to UK. See, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm pregnant. That's why I'm sounding like this. I'm very tired. We got to the UK. That's how this man impregnated me. So, you know before now that my head cannot carry book. I've not even reached UK. You impregnated me. Share is with the pregnancy that I'll use and be reading book. You are complaining that I failed and that you wish you married your ex. Please, as we are going back to Nigeria like this, he should go back and marry that his ex because I'm not doing again. Like, okay, you come and do the studying. Let me do the working. He said, no, I should study. You're seeing all the time that I'm paying people to do assignments for me. You cannot help me and do the assignments since you're claiming that you are smart. Precious, I've been seeing hell in this my marriage. I've been suffering. That's how he talks to me anyhow. He makes me feel very worthless. It's not everybody that is intelligent. It's not everybody that will go to school and do well. Some people just want to do other things. Me, I know I can do other things. I can do business. But with the way it is now, but I'm not even interested in this marriage again. Once we get back, I just want to just rest. I'm not doing it again. I cannot do this marriage again. Once we get back to Nigeria, he should go back and marry his ex. I know I'm going to come back to the UK, but I'm not coming back again as a student. I'm going to come back to come and work. I will come on my own. But you see, this marriage, I'm not doing again. It's over. I know he will listen to it. Anything he likes, let him do. The good thing is that he cannot beat me in this country. In Nigeria, I know what I used to see in his hand. But here, he cannot beat me. So anything he wants to do, let him do. I'm ready for him.
Wonders shall never end. So this story created a big buzz in the crazy week that was. Some people supported the husband that, oh yes, intellectual compatibility is a thing, just as sexual compatibility and every other compatibility that exists. Marry who you are in the same mental dimension with. They were like, it is so disappointing and frustrating that a man would quit his job or close down his business, sell off his properties, bid his family goodbye, give up his rent, and carry his load to the UK. And while in the UK, he played his part working, because one person had to work and one person had to school. And as the man said, the woman might not be strong enough to be running 2-3 shifts like he will. So he's in a better position to be out there hustling while she does the schooling. He played his own part. He paid her school fees in pounds. He did everything, their flight, and the lady could not uphold her own part of the bargain. Like, how can anybody go to the UK and fail? We have never heard such a thing before. They were like, no man will be happy in this kind of situation. As in, how hard could it have been for the wife to put her back into it and give it her best, considering the fact that her whole family depends on her ability to pass her exam, considering the fact that if she did not pass, they were going to go back to Nigeria and start from the scratch. There was too much at stake, and these people believed that the woman should have done more and keep up her own part of the bargain and not let down her family, and that nobody should blame him if he misses his ex, who is more mentally compatible with him. But for some other people, they didn't see it that way. These other set of people that disagree with the first set, they contend that, see, in marriage, every spouse should know their partner's strengths and weaknesses. You know your wife no book. She has even admitted, owned up her uncle, I know no book. My head na coconut, nothing they enter. Why would you now force that lady to go and school? You, why didn't you school? This lady has said that she is not academically smart. Nothing enters her head. She is more of the business person. So why force her to school? She doesn't know book. She doesn't know book. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Some people are not academically smart. Will she kill herself? So my dear brothers and sisters, I said, let me come and tell you people what is happening. Oh, what do you think about this situation? Because I don't understand how these days anything we just hear divorce. Because if you look at this case, I don't know whether it is weighty enough to warrant a divorce, except the part that I started hearing, beat me. That was the part that I don't understand. But apart from that, beat me. What do you think about this case? Who do you think is at fault here? How do you think this can be remedied? Do give your advice and your thoughts about this down in the comment section. Our next story in the crazy week that was, oh my God. See, you people have to be very careful. Oh. Let us not carry this and enter 2024. Every time marriage problem. You people are scaring the younger generations about marriage. You know? Because of Emeka Ike the other day, a young boy said that he's calling off his wedding. When Emeka Ike posted that his wife wrecked him, his wife disappeared with his property, this young man said that the wedding that has been slated to take place in a few months, he not do again. That he's calling it off because of Emeka Ike. You see what I'm talking about? All these scary marriage stories. I don't like it though. In fact, I think more people that enjoy marriage should be coming out to tell us their stories of happy and blissful marriage. Because the number of gory and scary stories we hear these days, it's appalling. So our next story in the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze is so sad and appalling, especially considering the profession of the man in question. In fact, sometimes I'm so angry when I hear this kind of stories. I just tell myself, see, all these bad people marrying good people, these bad people, why don't you people just call meeting? All of you gather in the hall and marry yourselves. A bad man marry bad woman. Even you can go home and bobo yourself. Leave the good ones alone. We saw an Akwa Ibom-based lawyer, Barrister Ekere Ebong, beat up his wife to blood and bruises and had her naked on the streets. just because of a minor disagreement. According to neighbors who tried intervening, Barrister Ebong has been beating his wife mercilessly almost every day for 4 good years. Night after night, they would hear his wife weeping and wailing while Barrister Ebong would descend blows and punches and belts, all sorts of sounds. The neighbors will be hearing it from their house. When this video got out, a lot of people were really disappointed. Like a lawyer who should be a custodian of the law, who should be the one even prosecuting those that behave like that, who's supposed to be an advocate of justice, is the one publicly beating his wife to stupor. It truly shows the reality of what happens in the coffers of many homes. Many charismatic people or people that society has a certain impression of are beasts in their homes. I personally do hate to report these kinds of stories because it almost frustrates me that the human being with hands and legs will have another human being treat them like this and they will remain there. It almost frustrates me. But then again, I'm reminded that as a media person, we need to keep talking about it. We will still keep talking about it. You never can tell if it's that one video of yours that will change the mind of a person in abuse. Like, it is so appalling that a man would constantly beat you, break your bones, break your nose, cause you to bleed, and you remain there. Even animals run away from people or things or fellow animals that hurt them. Talk less of human beings. I feel really sad about it. It's almost like if you do not want to save yourself, people may not be able to save you. This is Nigeria. Hardly will any government come to your rescue here. You just have to do what is right by yourself. I chose to talk about this today because people need to understand that it is possible for a marriage to start out in love, but in the course of the marriage, the love dies and your partner will actually hate you or dislike you or despise you. It is very possible. Just as sometimes you go to a workplace and there's this colleague you really love, you guys get along very well, and in the course of the friendship, you see that you don't like the person anymore, or the person is not who you thought he or she was. It happens in friendships. It can happen in marriage. So some women, some men stay and remain married to their enemies, to people that hate them. Because there is no way in the world that Barrister Ebong would love his wife and be comfortable to see her shame in the streets. Young boys videoing your wife in pants. That woman is supposed to know that this man does not love me again. This marriage is a facade. It has already ended. I'm just there receiving beating. How can someone that loves you look at you in the face and keep on punching your face and you are bleeding and the person is still chasing you to inflict more pain and injury on you? Come on. And you still remain there. So seeing this story and seeing this video in the crazy week that was very triggering and upsetting for a lot of people. And so I decided to talk about it, hoping that one soul, one person will be saved and realize that these kinds of marriages are not worth it. When God created marriage, this was not what he envisioned. You bleeding on the streets with pants. That is not the marriage that God created. So yes guys, that was a very sad incident that happened, and the good news is that this barrister has been identified and arrested and is currently cooling his feet in police custody. I do hope he's charged to court. I really do hope that this case is not swept under the carpet. The NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association, have picked an interest in this case. I really do hope he's disbarred, because truly this kind of person is not even fit to be in that profession. Just imagine this kind of a human being rising to the position of judge or magistrate, and then a case of domestic violence is brought before his court. I pity the woman whose case would land in the court of this kind of judge. So yes, I'll follow up on this case. If it gets to trial, we'll keep an eye on it, and if sentencing and judgment comes, I would also inform you. That's if the wife does not go there to the police station crying and saying that no, they were playing. It is a family issue. Release my husband. I still love him. I still want him. It happens all the time. So keep our fingers crossed. We'll keep an eye on the case. I hope more and more people, both men and women, are watching and learning and realizing that this is not God's design of what marriage should be. There is no marriage in heaven. If it is not working, be working. Let me get your comments and reaction about this story down in the comment section. So guys, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments to the both stories down in the comment section, and stay glued because we have so much more coming your way. Don't forget that I also have a personal channel, where I document my personal life, personal stuff, and you get to see me and experience me up close and personally. It's me, your girl, Barrister Nez, and this is Nezabel. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now,